So, guys, we're about to have a special guest on, Leo, who's going to talk us through a little bit about this project, which was a very special one too, and I know it touched an awful lot of people, and very similar to the Australian brush fires. Making a difference and finding a way to make a difference. And again, Leo talked through some of this, but before we get there, I do have to ask you a question, Leo. I know you're a Red Sox fan, I want to be clear. I know you're wearing that Arizona Diamondbacks hat, but you are a Red Sox fan. So you and I are connected.
Yes.
We're connected. We didn't realize it until a little earlier, but we are connected. We're brothers, in our love for the best franchise in Major League Baseball. So I want to thank you first for your affiliation to that organization.
And I'm one of the good fans too, before 2004.
Oh yeah. Listen.
Yes.
Man, I was born a Red Sox fan. So you and I are the real ones. We're not the pink hats. We've been there the whole way. Yeah. Now be careful. Tony gets a little ornery when we talk about the Red Sox. So I just want to make sure that you're aware that he might lash out at us any second now.
Tony, a Yankee fan?
No, I just don't like Boston.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox, you name it. I don't like them.
I've got a care package heading over to Tony. All Boston memorabilia. So enjoy that.
Dad was a huge Celtics fan back in the 80s, so it was bad here at the house. Oh, the Celtics Lakers rivalries in the 80s, it was terrible.
And then it got big again in 2009, 2010, right? Celtics Lakers rivalry.
Yeah, my dad and I have gone back and forth about these Celtics Lakers forever. So you guys are fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah. So listen. Leo, I was told to ask you one specific question. Is tell us about your College World Series ring.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess that came from Frank. When we spoke earlier, I told you I didn't have it, but I ran home. I told you I was at my sister's house. I ran home and got it so you can see it.
Wow.
Nice.
I have a couple of friends that make fun of me because I wear it everywhere, but I tell them, hey, I wanted to wear it. Why not?
Man, I'd be wearing that thing too.
Put it on everywhere. Everywhere I go. It's Division II, not Division I, but College World Series nonetheless.
Yeah. It's still a beautiful piece of jewelry that you earned. So listen, So take us through what this project means to you. What brought this on?
My daughter is in the autism spectrum. When she was born, she wasn't breathing, so she had to put a cooling cap on her brain for a couple of days. So how it started, my friend Frank was doing his square grouper hat, and he was showing me the process that he was going through to design it. And then I actually saw the Australian hat. And when I saw the Australian hat, he had shown me, I think he had told me about the Australian hat. So I told him, why don't we do something like that for Ellie? And we just started talking about it back and forth, possible designs. So the first one had to do, I think, with baseball. We went through a lot of ideas, but Frank at one point said, what about a teddy bear? I was like, that's perfect. We went from there. Then we added a heart. And in the end, I said, why don't we throw a bow in there? Or my daughter wears a bow everywhere she goes. But the main purpose of the hat was to raise awareness. To me, dealing with autism, awareness and understanding are the two main things. Well, and acceptance too. Those are the three main things when it comes to autism, because it's not something you can cure. You just have to learn how to live with it and deal with it on a daily basis, trying to make the person that has it be able to live a better life by helping them. So that's what it means to me. That's how it started. That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it just to raise awareness so people understand what it is.
Yeah, and I think that's an admirable focus. And listen, we live in a judgmental world, and anything we can do to make the world a little more understanding and peaceful around this sort of thing is important.
Yep.
I really appreciate you sharing that focus and why you wanted to collaborate in this way. So I'd love to hear more about, like, from Tony and Leon, like, you've got this moment where an individual wants to create something that's super special and means a lot to them. Listen, this is family, and there's nothing more important than that, right? What did that feel like to collaborate and kind of create around that focus?
Leon?
There was a lot of pressure. Frank came to me with the idea. I didn't know Leo when we first started. Frank was like my best friend. Has a daughter with it, so there was a lot of pressure. So we wanted to have something that represented Ellie, and there's a patch that we designed with you guys with a strong message, and then we have a little touch at the back. So I'm happy to show you. You haven't seen it yet, Leo, right? So
nope.
I'm excited to show you. Yeah. I think it makes for good TV, but yeah, it was great having a good partner, Tony. He took a lot of the stuff that the elements, I guess, of what you guys wanted, and we wanted to make sure.
And I want to say, I know Tony is a designer, or yeah, the designer per se. When he came to designing this, I don't think I've gone through an easier process. Frank showed me the first picture. I think that the only changes that were made were minor, that had to do with color or anything like that. The first design that he sent, I said that's the one. So it's.
So let's take a look.
You made it easy.
Let's take a look. So you ready, Leo?
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like.
Yes.
Wow.
So we wanted to make sure that we captured all of the colors that are typical with it, the red, the yellow, the blue, and we had to make sure we got the bow on top, to make it look extra special. And then the side patch.
Better than I expected. Yep.
To see the able,
not the label.
So I thank you again for collaborating with us and trusting us with this.
No, I want to thank you guys. I don't think the process was easy, and it wouldn't have happened without Frank, without you, or without Tony. It wouldn't have happened.
This one was easy for me. You guys gave me your idea, and I wanted to make it cute for the girl and cool, and still cool for the guys who would want to wear it. And I think we did a great job.
Yeah, I went into this with the idea of selling maybe 20. Me and Frank were scared. I was scared. Frank wasn't scared. Frank was telling me, you're going to sell 20 no matter what. But there's a minimum. I didn't know. I was scared that we weren't going to make it. With the idea of selling 20, we ended up selling way more than that.
Yes.
Way more than that.
I just wanted to help out the best I could. Another good charity to give to. Another good way to open people's eyes about things. I think it was a great idea, and I'm glad that you got me involved. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate
that. You have to thank Frank for. Frank said I have the perfect designer, the perfect person, the perfect contacts to make it happen, and it was. Well, I got the idea a week later. It was. We were making it happen already.
Well, good. I'm glad we could help you. It was a fun project.
Yeah. So the charity that we went with was Autism Speaks. Leo, do you have any experience working with them, or?
I don't have experience working with them, but when the project became reality, I sat with my wife and we started thinking, what are the main things what are the main concerns we have with autism, or what do we want to bring out, which is acceptance, understanding, and awareness. And Autism Speaks is the charity that does the most awareness for autism. So we went with them.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I think, listen, man, this is another way to make an impact, and without all of you involved in this, and without that vision, it wouldn't have come true. So listen, this is beautiful, man. And I can't wait to get mine in, because I'm going to be wearing this pretty proudly. So, and it means a lot to me personally too, that because of the effort and the passion that went behind it. So thank you to all of you guys.
Perfect.
Yeah. Once again, thanks for everybody who helped support us and our cause.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not only do you have a great hat, but
I have someone that wants to say hi real quick.
okay, let's see it.
Let's do it.
Who do we got? Who are we bringing on?
Look, Gigi.
Just to say hi.
Look, say hi.
Hey, hi.
Hi.
Say hi. Say thank you.
You want to blow a kiss?
Your butt kiss.
That's what it's all about, man.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Awesome. Leo, listen, thank you for being on.
Thank you for
What I'm
having
going
me.
to do is I'm going to set up a time for you, myself, and Tony to watch a Red Sox game. So we'll get
No
that
doubt.
set up. We'll get that set up, and then we'll be in touch really soon. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thanks so much for being on again. I appreciate it, man.
Once again, thank you for having me.
No
Thank you,
problem. No problem at all.
Thanks, Leo.